First off, I love balling with my brothers, so that's a big reason. That's probably the only reason is I love the team too much. I love my dogs too much, so I don't want to opt out.
Jordan, let's kind of go back. You had the elbow injury against Kentucky. I mean, what is the battle just to come back been like for you? The rehab, has it been slower than you anticipated? And I'm assuming you're definitely going to be able to play on Friday.
Rehab was very important. I was just motivated by the fact I wanted to play again. I wanted to play as soon as possible. Malik could tell you he was on my tail trying to get me a treatment and making sure that, I just did a little extra things. Like we'll be sitting in meetings and Malik would be like, stretch your arm out, stretch your arm out. So just like that. And then, just I love my guys. So I just want to be there as I can.
All right, up next, let's have Mark Weiser and then Mike Griffith.
Jordan, another draft-eligible guy that was rated pretty high, isn't playing Eric Stokes. You're showing up on some of those lists as well. Have you made a decision about next season and what kind of factors will go into it?
I have not yet.
Well, go ahead. I was going to ask just kind of what you'll think of in terms of making that decision.
I'm not even thinking about it till after the season. So, that's where my focus is. I'm focused on this team and this game. So I don't have a decision for you right now.
Hey, Malik, I want to ask you about the position you play. I mean, we know Jordan's about eating up double teams, and we see Aziz and the outside linebackers getting all that sack, but those DNs look like they've got some work to do too. Can you talk about how challenging that position is you have as a down lineman?
It's very challenging. And, we just try to do our job as a DN core, six technique core. Really not try to force ourselves to make plays, just make the plays that come to us.
What are some of the unique challenges about that spot if we're talking about that spot versus other defensive line positions? What makes your spot maybe a little bit tougher sometimes?
Oh, we get there. JD probably know what I'm talking about, this bump combo. It's like an inside-out bump combo, man. And with us being 275, 270, taking on 600 pounds on a bump combo is very difficult. So you really just got to lock your jaw and just hold on.
All right, up next, let's have Seth Emerson and then Connor Riley.
Jordan, how do you look at Georgia's defense and how would you evaluate how it's done? It seems like highs and lows, the lows being Florida, Alabama, maybe Mississippi State, but the highs being kind of every other game. How do you evaluate how this defense has done this year?
We go game by game. Each game, we got to figure out what we need to work on. And I feel like in the later part of the season, we really took heed to that and addressed what we needed to fix. It's easier doing it off of wins, but, the losses really opened our eyes and showed us where we got exposed in and, try to fix that and alleviate the problems.
Did you all do, as a follow-up, do you think those losses led to tangible, schematic or whatever things more so than it was just the opponent you were playing was easier?
It could have, yeah, it's definitely the schematics, the things that we do. We try to carry, try to adjust to each defense, because Alabama is a lot different than Florida. Florida's a lot different than Cincinnati. So it's not a set game plan we have for that specific team that we play that week. But, we just try to make sure that we alleviate the self-inflicting problems first.
Hey, guys, just happy holidays. What does Azeez Ojulari sort of bring to this defense, and how has he gotten better over the course of the season?
He got better. Just helping us out with the pass rush game and also run game too. I feel like his run game overlooked by his pass game, but he's really a complete player, and then you can tell when he's not out there, he really help us.
All right, up next, let's have Dean Legge with Dog Post and then Jake Rowe at Docs 247.
Malik was talking about setting your jaw to deal with the double team. Did y'all know how much you'd have to set your jaw to get through the season as it relates to COVID? How is it different now, 4 months later playing, than it was in August? Was not knowing the hardest part?
Definitely. Not knowing was the hardest part because I feel like some guys would be like, man, we have no season, so I'm not finna do no workout. Like I'm not finna work out today. I'll work out tomorrow or something.
I think in terms of COVID, hard because, you could tell in the later part of the season, some games, got postponed or canceled, and just hard. It's not hard, but we have to adjust to that. I guess this season was all about adjusting, and we always talk about mental agility. If one thing happens, we just need to keep pressing forward and keep moving on because, this season, I mean, in life, anything's not promised. So we just have to keep adjusting and rolling with the punches.
Jordan, was the hardest part the little stuff that y'all had to deal with all the time, or was there one big thing or anything?
I would say it's a combination of things, but I feel like we attacked it. I feel like everybody attacked it, honestly, especially our guys. Not having a lot of cases, so it's just we did the right things, did the little things right.
This question for both of you guys, kind of in a different vein. Malik, when you look at this opportunity, last game at Georgia, I mean you've already accepted a Senior Bowl invite. How much would it mean to you to kind of go out there, play you guys' best defensive game of the year, maybe of your entire career? And Jordan, same for you in terms of doing it for the seniors, whether you come back or not. I mean, how special would that be for you guys to kind of do that in a big game like this to basically end the senior's career?
Well, Jake.
You gotta leave. Go ahead.
I feel like it'd be a big deal, you know what I'm saying? We just go out there, dominate as a defense, and like don't even get them past the 50. Like Jordan Davis black out, Devontae Wyatt black out, like the whole D line just black out, and we just have an unstoppable game. I feel like that's really the right way to like send me out or whatever, if I even leave or whatever.
Well, I know for me, I want to send the seniors, I want to send them out the right way. They spend a lot of time grinding. They could tie the record for the most win in this class. And that's something I have a lot of personal pride in. Just want to make sure that like people like Malik and, who've been with me for my whole career, just go out the right way.
All right, up next, let's have Brandon Sudge with the Macon Telegraph, and then Charles Odom with AP.
Hey, Jordan. So in terms of your career and everything, I know a couple of years ago you started as like the guy who came up through the ranks and everything. When was kind of your moment when you thought you could get to this point of being a star on the defensive line and being kind of the guy that everybody depended on up front for the defense to have success?
Well, I wouldn't consider myself a star. I just do what I have to do, make sure that I'm successful and my teammates successful. Complimentary football. But honestly, it's through motivation with like Malik. Like I know I always talk about running back to Malik, but Malik really my dog, and Julian Rochester and all the seniors before previous years. They taught me everything I know. I wouldn't be here without them. And, I'm just motivated by them. They push me to go harder. They push me to go faster, longer, stronger. So anything I really do is for them and for just the whole team. I love the team, because without them, I wouldn't be here. So that's my motivation.
Jordan, we had some Cincinnati players and coaches on this earlier, and a lot of their players talked about their motivation for this game. Josh Wiley, their tight end, said it was a dream come true for him to play Georgia in this game. You talked about your motivation. Are you confident after your guys have come back from the break that your teammates, share your motivation, that your teammates are going to be, able to match that kind of inspiration that apparently the Cincinnati players are bringing?
Yeah, definitely. They're here, so we're all in. So the motivation, it doesn't have to be said. What's understood doesn't need to be said. So, we coming in there for one goal, and that's to win. We always want to win.
All right, the last two questions, we're going to go David Pascal with Chattanooga, and then Roddy Nabolsi with UGAsports.com. David, do you have a question? All right, I think he's off. Roddy?
You heard of anything that you may be getting for the bowl game, like the some sort of bowl gifts? Normally, you guys, when you go to a bowl game, you get the week of events, dinners, all the kind of the fun stuff that goes along with it. You get a nice swag bag or whatever. This year it's going to be completely different. You're going down the day before, play the game, then it's kind of over. What have they done to kind of accommodate that bowl week feeling for you guys?
Honestly, it's just like even previously, even when we went to the bowl sites, it just felt like regular practice. I guess now more than ever, we have to stick where our roots is. We practice hard, watch a lot of film. It doesn't matter where we go on, doesn't matter where we at. We're all going to do the same thing. But I will say I'm going to miss the bowl gifts because I wanted to get my mom an air fryer this year. And so hopefully I'll probably have to get her something for her birthday. But bowl gifts was really going to cover me if they had an air fryer. But unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to have that. But I wanted to get her one of those.
All right, and one last question. Let's go with Palmer Tomes with Dog Super 7.
Yeah, Jordan, obviously you got to watch some of these younger guys while you were out. How would you assess the future of Georgia's defensive line with Zion Logue, Warren Brinson, Nazir Stackhouse in the middle there?
Well, I can tell you, and Malik can tell you, if they're getting coached by Trey Scott, they're in good hands. Man is going to develop. He's not going to develop you as a player. He's going to develop you as a man. I can tell you, he's dropped so many gems and just life stuff. And, I really appreciate that, man. Loving him to death. I love him like he's family. So if Coach Scott is still here and they getting coached by Trey Scott, then they're going to be in good hands. Definitely.